All right, what's going on, guys? Dan here at StockAbility, back with another video to start this trading week. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how I was kind of stocking a overnight breakout in the indices, mainly the Nasdaq, and then show you how I basically was stocking this and put on two positions to take advantage of what was to start the day like about a 100-point gap up in the markets. So that being said, if you're new to our YouTube channel, make sure to like, subscribe just below this video. There's a little bell. Make sure to hit that every time we upload a video. It'll send it directly to your inbox. So that being said, let's kind of talk about this market here and give you guys some insights to it. So pretty much the month of June so far, even the past like 3 weeks, so even kind of end of May, was pretty like a put you to bed kind of market. Typically the summers are pretty slow. Last summer, obviously with Corona, wasn't that slow. So there really wasn't much to do last week. Shortened trading week with Memorial Day, there really just wasn't much that I was seeing. So basically coming into this trading week, yesterday morning, I hold something what's called our guided trade sessions in the marketplace, where we take a look and we start the day to see what we can find in the market. So when we came in yesterday, the first thing we looked at was kind of where the overall indices were, right? And if we take a look here at Nasdaq, this thing's been in a pretty nice uptrend here to start, right? And we were kind of just watching it kind of just tap against this 78.6. And we were real curious, is the market going to be an inside day yesterday? Were we going to roll over a little bit? Where was kind of the move to be had on this? Now, when we kind of came in, we kind of looked at some of the advanced decline numbers, and those kind of look bullish to me. And I really don't look at those really ever when I trade the markets, but I was trying to just figure out what else is the market kind of saying, right? And yesterday, when we came into this session, if we take a look here, this really didn't do too much yesterday. We kind of had just a range-based day. And so end of the trading day, basically the last hour or so, this started to get some bid. Okay, so when I trade the markets, I typically come in and I typically lead, and I'll give you guys some information end of the video, our guided trade sessions in the morning. So I typically come in from about 9 to about 11, 11:30 each day, and I look for ideas. Then I'll come in basically like 2:30, 3 Eastern, depending. Then I try to just fill out, do I want to close positions? Do I want to add positions? Where's the overall market, right? So I kind of came in late day yesterday, and I was short some names. I covered some shorts. So mainly I was short Apple, Tesla. I said, you know what, I'm wrong on those. Took a little bit of a loss, nothing crazy. But I said, you know what, I'm wrong. Let me reverse those positions and get long the market, because I thought we were going to get what we got here on the Nasdaq kind of overnight. Okay, so coming into yesterday's, didn't mean to do that. What I was trying to figure out was, were we going to get this move, right? And if we break this down to a smaller time frame, it'll kind of show you how strong this was overnight. Okay, so this had a really good move. And when we opened up this morning, we gapped up pretty darn well, right? Basically to about 13, 19 on this were the highs, right? So we had a really strong move on this. But again, I was still pretty much cautious at these kind of these highs here. Okay, so what I figured out was, I said, okay, look, the market might take off. So obviously I have options to come and get into this. And one of my favorite plays to do is whenever I see kind of a slow, dull market, is I like to trade the index ETF. So QQQ, SPY, IWM, because when they're real dull, typically when you get these nice little pops overnight, these short-term options typically do well. So what I came in and did, and I'll show you the P&L on one of the positions here shortly, is I bought some QQQ call options. Okay, so it's a real simple move. It's nothing too crazy. I'll kind of show you here. I came in and bought some QQQ calls. Okay, nothing crazy in size. Okay, so I had 5 of these at 260. Okay, so this wasn't a real big position. In fact, this was $1,300 premium. Okay, so this really wasn't too much. Now, normally I'd probably size this up probably 3 or 4 times this, but this market's kind of been slow, and I recognize that, and so I just wanted to kind of put a smaller position in the book to start. Okay, so I was able to sell some of these this morning, but in addition to that, there's also a move on Microsoft. Okay, so whenever I see potential index breakouts, I want to look and see what other individual equities will also break out with that. Okay, so one of the positions I said, and we were looking at it in yesterday's guided trade session, was, well, Microsoft looked good all day, but kind of the Nasdaq was lull, just kind of slow. So I was at a real small position. I came in and added that position. Okay, now one of the positions I had, if you take a look here, were the August 265 calls. I paid $4.89 for those, and then I bought basically this week's 255 calls. Okay, so for 93 cents, these got to about 250, I think, this morning, give or take. So again, my premium risk really wasn't too much. Again, about 500 bucks on this. Then I bought some further duration ones. Okay, so real quickly on Microsoft, I was kind of talking about this to our group about a few things. Again, because the market's kind of slow, I wanted to kind of position longer expiration premium on some of the trades just in case, right? It took forever to kind of break out. Okay, so these are some of the moves I made today. Really a pretty good P&L day, nothing crazy. In this market, the way it's been trading, I'll take it. And I'll kind of give you guys some insights to kind of how we discuss this and show you one of our Slack channels here. So this was yesterday afternoon. Again, about 12:21. I'm on the West Coast still. I'll be headed to Puerto Rico shortly. But basically, this is about the last hour, half hour of trading, right? So I actually was short Apple. Okay, so I'll talk about that in a second. And I figured out, look, I'm wrong on that. I was short Tesla. I was wrong on that. I took some losses and I basically got long. So I was also long some Amazon stuff, which I didn't show you, and some other positions here. Okay, so I try to share these things, even though we're not in like a live screen share, and I'll kind of talk about that in a second. But I try to share what I'm doing as the market develops during the day. Okay, so this was a move here. Let me talk about a few other things here on Microsoft. I'll also talk about Apple as well. So Microsoft has started a really strong looking setup yesterday. Again, yesterday morning we came in. This rallied really well. It just kind of was a dull kind of day. Okay, so overnight obviously had a nice little move here into a sell zone. Got rid of most of that position as well. Again, just taking profits in this market at these highs. It's kind of tough, right? It's summer months. I'm not super confident on big breakouts. But again, I'm not super bearish either. I'm just kind of taking what I can in these markets. So those are the kind of two moves I made. Again, I know Apple had their day today where, I forget the term they used, but I know there was a big day today. And I was short that from last week. Decided to say, you know what, I'm wrong on that. I just kind of want to get out of that move. So as far as the rest of the day goes, I really don't have plans to do too much this week. I really thought this would hold. This pulled back pretty well on us. Again, I'm not short. I'm not long. I pretty much cleared most of my positions in the book. One of the other names that I was watching, and I was long this actually, was Amazon. And this had a pretty good move. I might come back in this afternoon and put a long position on. In fact, I lead a guided trade session today towards middle of the day, which I might discuss this. So that was kind of the trades I put on, kind of the breakout that I was looking for. Again, slow kind of market, really not doing too much. Let me give you guys some information on kind of how to follow the guided trade sessions and how to get access to some of these things to give you guys some insight. So there were some questions that came in, and I've talked about it before. You know, why don't we hold like an all-day trading room? It's real simple. I'll try to explain it here. You really don't get moves during the middle of the day. You typically are going to come in, look for market setups. You're either going to do something, you're not going to do something. But sitting there all day long and just staring at the screens, I've done this for 15 years. It's not something that I want to do, to be honest with you. And if you're new to trading, it kind of seems like an efficient activity. It's typically not. So we just don't need to. Okay, so you know, today I'll be leading one from 3:30 to 4:45 to kind of talk about the markets. But again, even when we're not in a live screen share and you can't hear me, that Slack, that or live coaching community that I showed you where I was talking about, hey, I'm adjusting my positions, you can go in there and kind of get information as well. Okay, so it's kind of a 2-for-1 thing where we come in, we look at charts, we talk about the markets, and then you can kind of go back and forth in that room. And again, it helped pretty well because some of the students were able to kind of get a heads up to the market adjusting in the afternoon session. So if you guys have questions on that, you can actually head over to the website. I actually didn't mean to drop it down there. We have a free trial to that. You can access it. It's real simple to come to it. Let me just pull it up once again. If you have questions on how it works, we have a live chat. Literally call us or talk with somebody in the team. They can get you signed up for it. Again, the thing I want to give you guys insight to is this. Don't come in expecting it's like a day trading room every single day. We're like absolutely looking for trades, right? Especially right on some of the swing trading stuff. It takes time, right? We try to be pretty patient. This was just kind of a move. We were stocking, and we finally got the little breakout overnight. So it was a nice little profit day. Again, nothing crazy. I'll take it in this market. So hopefully we'll see if the rest of the week is boring. I hope it's not. It'd be nice to get another move, but we'll see. So that being said, if you guys have questions, we'll see you guys hopefully in the free trial, the guided trade sessions. If you have any questions on the videos, make sure to leave a comment below. We'll do our best to reply to them, and I'll see you guys in one of our guided trade sessions.